I think we are in like Flynn. Okay, so we left off. I think we've kind of narrowed it down to either the principal or I forget the other teacher's name, Habino, I think it was, kind of the almost younger, more youthful-looking male teacher. This is part 9 of Famicom Detective Club 2, The Girl Who Stands Behind, and part 8 was pretty decent. I think it's getting a little more, I don't know, how do you put it? Definitely getting a little more like esoteric with the storyline, more I don't know, like psychological or subliminal or something maybe. For much of the story, I'd say it kind of seemed more scientific, just trying to narrow down stuff, and now there's kind of this um, like curse on the school almost. So it's interesting. We're outside of the school. We just talked to. There's like a generic teacher. I don't think they ever gave him a name. That's often in the teachers' lounge when we're going through the school. We just talked to him at the end of part 8 last time, and I believe it's kind of a situation where we want to. I think we can narrow it down because the principal was allegedly out of town, and I forget the context, but there's for some reason we should be able to verify if he was where he said he was by talking to one of the other teachers, the female teacher, Hayama or something like that, I think, maybe. Alright, so I have reason to believe Shinobu is still somewhere within. There's no doubt in my mind. What could Yoko have meant when she said that? Yeah, that is weird. That her spirit was still roaming the school in the guise of the girl in back? I mean, yeah, I guess. Wait a second. If the bloodstained girl Miss Hayama saw was Shinobu, alive but wounded, then that black car must have made a stop here on the night of the Kaneda murder. Okay. Is it possible Yoko meant that killer hid Shinobu's body somewhere inside the school? Well, yeah, it's behind that plaster or whatever at the old building. Before anything else, I need to verify Robbie's alibi. Right, that's what we're... Yeah, so it seems Miss Ayama holds the key to all the answers at this point. So she's the one that's going to be able to verify Robbie's alibi. Okay, so... I mean, do we check everyone? I think all this is... Let's go to the old building. Speak to Tazaki. Ayama, no. Okay, it's probably a good thing Hitomi isn't here. Bastard 15 years ago. Shinobu may be hidden somewhere within the school even now. What an unbearable thought. I think she's behind that plaster. She might be behind the mirror, too. Nothing to do with the case. Just go to the high school? The photo's gone, isn't it? Isn't the photo... Huh. Oh, maybe this is it. Okay, that is the portrait of her. I was not remembering where it was on the little image there. Maybe hidden somewhere within the school, even now. What an unbearable thought. Okay, yeah, no one's gonna be here. Almost looks as though she's trying to say something. Strange. Okay. No. Staff room? Huh. I know, it is getting pretty intense. I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. There's only 3 spots we can go to. The high school, like out front. The art room. The old building, and then this room that we're in. Starting to get worried. I've got to find Miss Hayama soon. Standing all the way out here isn't going to help. Makes me wonder, though. Why would Miss Hayama have come by here? While running home, it's an awfully big detour. Whoa, Chrono. Whoa! Miss Hayama. Creepy, okay. What are you doing out here? Huh. Ask about Arabi. Miss Hayama, did you manage to get a hold of Principal Arabi yesterday? Called the hotel he said he was going to be staying at, but they didn't have any record of him ever checking in. Insights. Arabi some more? After I got off the phone with the hotel, I called his house and spoke with him there about the injured student. Why, what's wrong? Oh, his alibi is falling apart. So he must have been in town. What are you doing out here? Could ask you the same question, right? Someone double parked and blocked the gate, so I had to come through here on my way in. Oh my. Whoa. Someone's behind us? That's right, I remember now. That's the reason I had to come through here 15 years ago, too. Oh, whoever the killer is back. There's a car out here blocking the gate, so I ran through here instead. Whoa. It was a big black car, I think. Yes, I remember it looked familiar. It wasn't there when I arrived at the school either. Whoever it was got there after I did. This time I have a reason to believe Shinobu's body was hidden in this school that night. You say you saw a large black car here at the school when you ran through here. Shinobu may very well have been in that car. Dun dun dun! Shinobu was here that night? Question mark. If that's true, then there's only one place she could be. Chrono, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's behind the plaster. That's my first guess. But it could be behind the mirror, too. Chrono, are you think? Oh, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm gonna check here. It's possible. Criminal must have stuffed her body in that wall and sealed it over with plaster. Yeah? That's the case, then I think it's time for another chat with Mr. Tazaki, the Plaster Man. I think this is where I better get the final word from that shifty janitor. Alright. Tazaki, what's wrong now? On the night of the Kaneda murder, was it really you who plastered the wall? Yeah, of course, it was me. You still don't trust me, do you? I want to trust him, but... See a large black car anywhere at the school that night? There was somebody at the school? Why do you keep asking so much about that? Still don't trust me, do you? Fact is, I have reason to believe that there's conclusive evidence for the Kaneda case in that wall. In other words, the murder weapon may have been sealed inside along with Shinobu Asakawa herself. What? Mr. Saki, have you told me the entire truth up until now? Well, no, I mean, not really, I guess. Just admits to lying. Let's ask about the wall again. It was me who plastered that wall, but after I laid the plaster, I decided to take a walk and clear my head while it dried. I accidentally left my bucket of plaster there, so it's possible somebody could have stuck her in there and resealed it while I was away. How very convenient. How convenient. Well, I sealed it up, but somebody could have taken it all down, put a dead body in there, and then sealed it back up. I mean, I guess. That's what really happened. Okay, he's gonna say that again. Let's ask about the car again. No? Insights? You really think Shinobu's in the wall? I know I sound suspicious, but I swear I'm telling you the honest truth. Let's think. No? Hey, there's something else. The next morning when I went to get my power drill, I noticed something. Oh, okay. It looked like someone had been using my tools. I was sure of it. Oh, okay. Well, as convenient of an excuse as that would be, I guess maybe they're trying to imply it checks out. That's what really happened. Never thought anything of it till now. Aren't really the kind of details that ever seem important. Okay, let's think. Gotta see what's in that wall. Tsugi needs to know about this too. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna go to... Please find the killer soon, please. But, well, It can't be the principal. It just can't be. You won't do anything to him, will you? It probably is. It's probably the principal. Tsugi. So you believe Shinobu's body is sealed into a wall at the old school building? Well, Chrono, I can see you've worked quite a lot out. I assume you probably have a suspect in mind by now. Couple. Could be Habino as well, the teacher. Come to some conclusions as well. I know who the owner of the pen is. The question is, do you? The owner of the pen. don't remember. Could be Habino, though. Let's go through Robbie. Correct. All right. We need to be very careful of the principal from here on out. He's very intelligent and could do anything at this point. Could the killer really be Principal Robbie? Boss, that wall. I know, Chrono. We'll get to it in due time. Right now we need to focus on apprehending Robbie. I'm going to be monitoring the situation from the police station. Good work, Chrono. We couldn't have done it without you. Boom! Yeah. I can't believe it. Despite all his recognition, could the principal be nothing more than a common criminal? When he was talking about his grief for Yoko and his trust in Tazaki, I didn't get the slightest suspicion he was lying. However, if he's the killer, why did he corroborate Tazaki's alibi? Of course, it provided an alibi for himself as well. For all I know, he could have even been planning to reveal the lie if he ever became a suspect, to throw suspicion on Tazaki. The real criminal, Principal Robbie. Hang on a second, and if this is true, then Robbie must have murdered Kenjiro, Goro, and Yoko as well as Shinobu. 3 current murders make sense, but why would he have murdered Kaneda 15 years ago? It doesn't add up. Oop. Utsugi Detective Agency. Detective, I'm going to share with you something not many people know. Prince Robbie is far from what you think. A long time ago, this so-called Good Samaritan had a hand in Mr. Kaneda's shady affairs. But what? Who is this? Someone who hates that lowlife from the bottom of his heart. Let me tell you, he's at the school right now. He's what? Hello? They hung up. Alright. Oh no, I left Ayumi at the school all by herself. She's in danger. Holy crap, let's go. Ayumi, you're safe? What's going on? Colonel lets out a sigh of relief as he finds Ayumi and Habino safe in front of the high school. Ayumi, did you see the principal anywhere? No, I didn't see anybody in there but Mr. Habino. I was in a classroom the whole time, though. Taking his tests, I really couldn't be sure if anybody else was in there or not. Fair. Mr. Habino was supervising me take the test the whole time. I don't think he'd know either. Habino and Utsugi look exactly the same. I don't know, maybe. Is that just me? The principal isn't back yet from his business trip. Really? I just got an anonymous tip at the office just a minute ago. They said the principal is here right now. Ooh, his face changed. We've got to get the principal. We've got to get to the principal's office. Boom. Locked from the inside. Ooh, ram the door. Whoa. What is it? There they find Principal Robbie face down on his desk, lying in a pool of blood. Whoa! Whoa! He killed himself. Or the person that called. Principal? Principal Robbie? Holy shit. Okay, so whoever called that knew. Maybe it's that friggin' art teacher. Hey, what's up? Alright, let's check the vicinity. Everything was locked, even the windows. Check Robbie. What in the world? It's already gone. He appears to have been stabbed. Yeah, okay. That's... Okay, so stabbed, not shot. Envelope over there by the body. Oh boy. Chrono takes the envelope. Open the envelope. This is called Famicom Detective Club 2. It's yeah, it's like one of those kind of visual novel detective games. It's pretty fun. Inside the envelope, Chrono finds a note written on school letterhead. Okay, school letterhead. To whom it may concern, I dare not call myself an educator any longer. After having allowed myself to commit so many atrocious crimes. Oh. This seems like a setup to make it look like a suicide, the way this is starting. Oh yeah, super retro. I'm gonna do possibly Mario RPG later. Okay, you see, I was once nothing more than a henchman in the late Mr. Kaneda's schemes, but before long, he started to get in my way, so this is some mob shit. So on the night of November 10th, 15 years ago, I murdered him in cold blood. Would it have been perfect? The perfect crime had it not been for the single eyewitness, Shinobu Asakawa. Ah, that makes sense. To my astonishment, she has seen everything, so as she tried to escape, I pursued her in my vehicle. It was then that I ran her down and fled the scene with her body in my trunk as fast as I could. Jesus Christ. Fucking lunatic. All these years I had kept this secret hidden, hoping no one would ever find out, but then suddenly two people appeared who knew of my dark past. One was the detective by the name of Yoko Kojima. I watched helplessly as she uncovered the facts. That's the chick that just got killed recently. Okay, so uncovered the facts one by one, inexorably approaching the truth, yeah. The other was Goro Kaneda. It was then that I realized he must have seen me flee after I had murdered his father. This sudden shock was simply too much for me. Fearing my secret would be exposed, I took the matter into my own hands once again. Silenced Yoko and Goro before either could reveal what they knew. The fool that I am only afterwards realized that these acts would ultimately seal my fate. Indeed. Only regret I hadn't realized earlier there was no need to hide the truth for so long. And so I die in shame. Please believe me, for I am but a shell of man. See, I don't know though, is this just making it an easy... Forgive me, I was left no other choice. Tadashi Arabi. I don't know, that's a very... So this is it, Principal Robbie of all people was a cold-blooded murderer. I think this is like simplifying it a little too much, because somebody called and told us that he was at the school. We get to the school, there's this suicide note, but the principal is stabbed. I don't know if I believe that he would... Do people stab themselves to commit suicide? That seems very odd. And so, Chrono now realizes the phone call must have come from Murabi himself, a last-minute cry for help. Okay, maybe. Abino principal. Come on, let's head back to the office. We need to contact the authorities. Or maybe use a phone at the school, you jackass. This can't be. Principal Robbie is no murderer. I can prove it. You see. You know, I'm the killer. Whoa! Okay. What the hell? Holy shit. Okay, this is the climax here. Why is his head so small? If only you hadn't come along. Oh, he was gonna kill Ayumi. Ayumi says, Chrono! I would have gotten away with everything and he'd still be alive. Okay, see, I was kind of suspecting Hibino. I mean, I guess it was kind of they were both in on it. Ever since that day 15 years ago, after my missing father phoned me to say he'd taken poison, I made up my mind that I had nothing left to live for except to see Genjiro Kaneda die by my own hands. I left my own last words on the principal's answering machine, then took a knife to Kaneda. That's when Shinobu came in and saw everything. Genjiro lying on the floor, the bloody knife, and me. Holy crap. Murderer! Standing there in shock, I quickly realized what I had to do. She knew it as well as I did and ran. Oh, let me check something here. Alright. Okay, so she ran. It wasn't long after she escaped that I heard the sound of screeching brakes from down the road. What, did the principal, like, accidentally happen to run her over throughout this whole mess? Okay, so when I caught up with her, I saw a black car there stopped just in front of her. Shinobu was lying on the street, motionless. Oh. It was Principal Arabi. He got my message and came hurrying to stop me, but he was far, far too late. So after quickly stuffing her in the trunk, we drove to the high school. I dragged her into a remote classroom in the abandoned school building, leaving her there for dead. I watched her lay there, regretting ever getting either of them involved. But then, a second later, I looked back at her, and she wasn't there. What the heck? She was standing at the window crying for help. Oh. She'd only been unconscious. Looking out the window, I realized there was a girl down there. I thought for sure she'd seen us. I couldn't take it. My mind went blank. Next thing I knew, I was holding a broken vase. And Shinobu was lying at my feet. Wow, this guy's nuts. Looking down at her, I knew she wasn't going to get up this time. Jesus. After that, I ran home as fast as I could. The next day, I went to see the principal, who said this to me. Forget everything. The principal helped me, and Goro knew it all along. That weasel. I only wish I'd killed him sooner. Seeing an opportunity, Chrono grabs Ayumi's hand and together they rush out of the room. Sweet. Let's get the F out. No, not that way. It's a dead end. Oh, crap. Taking a wrong turn. As they come face to face with the huge mirror, there's nowhere left to run. They're trapped. Oh no, Chrono. Turn as pale as ghosts as they hear Hibino's footsteps. Slowly draw closer and closer. Yoko once confronted me right where you stand now, asking me this. Oh, creepy. Sir, back in the old days, you killed someone, didn't you? As I stood there staring at her, I saw her face turn from doubt to anger to fear. Whoa. taking on an expression that was the exact same as Shinobu's 15 years earlier. As the forgotten feelings of guilt and animosity suddenly overwhelmed me, I suddenly cried out. Yes, that's right. I killed you. I killed you 15 years ago. And I'll kill you now. Creepy. In a blind rage, I wrung her little neck right then. And there until long after she stopped breathing. Holy moly. This is getting pretty, intense at the end of the game here. Chrono. Oh, just like exclamation. Oh my god. Yeah, this guy's nuts. I hadn't meant to kill her. In a fit of confusion, I just dropped her body there and ran home. However, they found her body in a runoff miles from here. Why? She died here. Why did they find her there? No matter. I'll make sure no one finds you nearly as easily. Whoa. I like how before he was like, when you talk to him, he was like this real skinny, like little twig character. And now you see him walking up to you. Like, look at how broad and like he looks like an ogre with a big hunchback right now. Alright, Habino, I've managed to keep this secret safe until now. Utsugi better come save us. And I don't intend to stop here. Baby Chrono! As Sabino lunges, Chrono pulls Ayumi out of the way just in the nick of time. Sabino's knife strikes the mirror, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. Whoa, okay. Turning away from the mirror, Sabino once again confronts the two. But then suddenly, it leads to a wall, like a hidden area behind it. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, from behind the mirror, a skeleton dressed in a schoolgirl uniform falls into Habino. So it was behind the mirror. Well, that was my other guess. I thought for sure behind the plaster, but I guess I did say the mirror is the second. Okay, that's pretty cool how they did that, though, to lead to that spot and then have him miss with the knife. Okay, that was pretty sweet. Alright, there is Shinobu. Tsugi and Mariyama suddenly come rushing onto the scene. They can do nothing but stand there staring in disbelief. Chrono, that day in the mirror. Okay, that is creepy. This is what Yoko meant all along. Yeah? Ayumi faints, holy crap. Ayumi! Chrono carries Yumi away, far from the crime scene. Utsugi, well, Chrono, that really was something, wasn't it? I owe you my deepest gratitude for doing all you did. We never could have done this without you. And so, the two talk at length about everything that happened. So, Habino was the source of his own undoing. Yep. And Shinobu's body wasn't in the old building after all. Robbie must have put her behind the mirror after she was murdered. Probably why Mr. Sasaki said his tools looked as though they'd been used, yeah, to unscrew the mirror or some such thing. Yeah, Habino is a real asshole. He kind of was going underneath the radar for a good portion of the story. Um, but yeah, towards the end, it kind of became obvious that he's likely somehow involved. Alright, okay, so that's probably why Yeah, okay, use the tools right on. I bet it was the principal who dumped Yoko's body into the river as well. He sure got in over his head when he agreed to help Bino lie. Yeah, for sure. I recently learned Arabi never even dealt with Kaneda until the murder happened. Interesting. But he did have a secret of his own to hide. He killed Shinobu, even if it was an accident. Yeah, so they were both kind of implicated. I thought Hibino killed her by smashing her head with a vase. Yes, that's what he claimed in his confession. But forensics has told me that while such a blow would have caused massive damage to her skull, no signs of any such fracture were found, not even delivered post-mortem. Interesting. In other words, they're telling me Shinobu died in the car accident. Okay. But that doesn't make sense. Why would Mr. Abino have claimed she was yelling at the window if she died in the accident? Still hung up on the ghost story angle, aren't you? Okay. Something I want to talk to you about? Uh-oh. Due to recent events, I've decided to take on another staff member. Ah, sweet. Ayumi, you're hired, bitch. She will be a full-fledged employee of the Utsugi Detective Agency. Same as you. It's a trifecta. Isn't it neat? Alright, can't believe it after all we've been through. Gonna be your partner, yada yada. This is such a happy ending. Still trying to get over what happened with Yoko and Shinobu. We'll get over it. We figured out who the killer was. That's the closure we needed. By the way, what's the word on Mr. Hibino? Hope now he's finally free of the demons that had haunted him. Hope he can forgive himself for what he's done. What? And the pen? Oh, that. Apparently it was a gift from the principal to Hibino. Back when he entered college. Huh. Seems to have been very important to Hibino. He apparently carried it with him everywhere. Calling himself Hibino by that time, not Uchida. Ah, yeah, right, the name change. Shouldn't the pen's engraving have read TH? Good question, Chrono. Having said that, Ayumi, what do you say we go grab something to eat? Alright. Hey, what about me? Well, I think that's the end. So much has happened in the past few days. Just can't believe it. Okay, this is just like closure stuff. Okay. Well, we'll kind of get through this. It's a pretty good game, though. It's, there's like no gameplay hardly. It's just kind of interviewing people and stuff. I've played some other games that are similar to this that have a little more to them. Or there's like some sort of like mini games. But this didn't really have much of that. It's basically like you could advance, yeah, there's definitely like create your own story stuff. I think for this game it's mostly like if you're, I don't know, if you're really on the ball, you can like know which questions to ask at which times to move the story along faster, I guess I'd say is probably the best way to put it. This is like a Super Nintendo game too. There's some other ones that are a little more, have a little more of like mini game aspects to them. A really good one is Snatcher, which you can emulate. I think it's originally for like the Sega CD or something. But it's got like a little mini like shoot 'em up little periods in the game, like maybe at like 7 or 8 different spots where there's like little, I don't know, bug alien things coming at you. But it's just like a super cool detective storyline. But no, this game was pretty fun. This game was pretty fun. So that's finally done. Took about 8 hours and 45 minutes, we'll call it. Maybe a little bit more than that. We'll just say 9 hours to be safe, but it was fun.